Hey, you ever wonder what the American Revolutionary War was all about? Well, here is a little ditty to help you remember why those pesky colonists rebelled against King George II. It all began when King George II, he of the red coat and powdered wig fame, decided that he wanted to raise some money. And like any good king, he figured his loyal subjects in America would be happy to help out. But those ungrateful bastards didn't see it that way. And to understand why, let's take a little field trip back to 1763. The French and Indian War just ended and Britain was in debt up to its royal nose hairs. So to help pay for it, Parliament passed a series of acts designed to raise money from the American colonies. And the king's solution to that problem, taxation without representation, is tyranny. See, the colonists were already being taxed to pay for things like the French and Indian War. But now Parliament was passing laws that said they had to buy things from English merchants and pay for things like legal documents with English currency. And if they didn't, well, tough luck, because British soldiers were going to be there to collect. So naturally, the colonists were pretty pissed. And to make matters worse, the king hired a bunch of German mercenaries to put down the rebellion. So now not only were the colonists being taxed without their consent, they were being guarded by soldiers who didn't even speak English. It was a disaster waiting to happen. And then it did. In 1776, the colonists wrote a little document called the Declaration of Independence, which basically said, screw your economic policies, we're out of here. And with that, the American Revolutionary War began. Now, the war was on. And to win it, the colonists needed help. So they sent out a plea for assistance to the French, who were only too happy to oblige, mainly because they hated the British and saw an opportunity to get even. With the French on board, the colonists were able to defeat the British and win their freedom. But as a result, King George II lost his American empire and had to settle for a much smaller one. And that's why